Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, also known as the Organization for the Liberation of the Levant, traces its beginnings to the outset of the Syrian civil war and has remained a dangerous opposition force throughout the duration of the conflict. In May of 2018, the group was added to the State Department's existing designation of its predecessor, the Al Qaeda affiliate, also known as the Jabhat al Nusra. Today, Hayat Tahrir al Sham can be thought as a relatively localized Syrian terrorist organization, even though they now govern the country, which retains a Salafist jihadist ideology despite its public split from Al Qaeda in 2017. Jabhat al Nusra's Hayat Tahrir al Sham's precursor organization was formed in Syria in 2011 as Al Qaeda's affiliate within the opposition to the Assad regime. Some would state that the CIA's secret operation, the operation also known as Timber Sycamore, had sent money to groups throughout Syrian government that were fighting against the rebels under Bashar al-Assad. Some would say that Hayat Tahrir al-Sham was a recipient of such monies. Al-Nusra's leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, quickly established a capable organization which secured its own donors in the Persian Gulf, collected revenue from taxation, and asset seizures in the territories under its control, and became adept at conducting insurgent attacks and attracted a growing number of fighters. Jabhat al-Nusra remained its ties to al-Qaeda even after al-Qaeda's highly publicized split with the Islamic State, whose leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, had been instrumental in Jabhat al-Nusra's initial establishment. Today, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham maintains that it's an independent entity that follows no organization or party, al-Qaeda or others, and has gone so far as to arrest al-Qaeda-linked individuals in the territories under its control to prove that no such allegiance exists. But despite these claims, the U.S. government believed that a link between the two groups remained, even calling Hayat Tahrir al-Sham a vehicle to advance al-Qaeda's position in the Syrian uprising and to take control of the country to further its own goals internationally. Recent reporting by the United Nations seemed to confirm that at the very least, some communication remains, and that Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and its components still maintain contact with al-Qaeda leadership in Afghanistan and in the Arabian Peninsula, according to several state intelligence services, including the CIA. From the years 2021 to 2024, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham was the most powerful military faction with the Syrian opposition. The organization was designated a terrorist group by the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2254, which classified the group's precursor, al-Nusra Front. After the fall of Damascus in December 2024, the state security government was replaced by the Syrian transnational government. And on January 29th, 2025, at the Syrian Revolution Victory Conference held in Damascus, Hassan Abdul Ghani, spokesman for the Military Operations Command, announced the dissolution of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and several armed factions and declared that they would become part of the state institution. On July 7, 2025, the United States revoked the Foreign Terrorist Organization designation for al-Nusra Front, also known as Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. However, many of the leading government positions and cabinets were filled by Jolani, members that are still current today and active in Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. After this, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar remarked that the new regime, quote, "This is a terrorist gang that was previously in Idlib and took control of the capital Damascus and other areas. They would very much like to see a new and stable government because countries want to return refugees to Syria. But that is not the case. These people are killing Alawites and Shiites. There are battles within the Alawites in the coastal strip. There are explicit threats by Erdogan in Turkey to eliminate Kurdish autonomy. And there is harassment of the Christian community in Syria. This is an Islamist government that will try to achieve full control over all of Syria," end quote. However, despite this, the Israeli and Biden administration sent a high-level delegation to Damascus to meet with Jolani personally and evidently removed the 10 million bounty on his head because of the forced liquidation of the Assad government. Jolani's government was seen as an adversary, an ally that can be trusted to an extent. However, there will be a price to pay. And that price is, what is the long-term goals of Jolani's Hayat Tahrir al-Sham government? And what its long-term goals with Israel are and toward the West in general.
الوضع فيما يتعلق بالقضية الفلسطينية، وحضرتك كان ليك مواقف واضحة أيضا في هذا الأمر من رفض العدوان الإسرائيلي. العدوان الإسرائيلي أيضا مستمر على سوريا رغم أن هناك نهج يبدو أن سوريا حاولت فيه أن تقدم خطابا إيجابيا للسلام. كيف ترى حضرتك العدوان الإسرائيلي وكيفية التعامل معه؟
العدوان الإسرائيلي هو استغلال لمرحلة انهيار النظام وأجرى التقدمات بحجج أمنية، لكن النوايا توسعية يعني ظاهر في هذا الأمر. بماذا سنرد؟ فهذا الذي ينبغي أن لا نقوله الآن. نعم، للإعلام. نعم.